It was a stormy night when Rayan, a young travel vlogger, found himself lost in the dense forests of Sylhet. His bike had broken down miles away, and the only shelter in sight was an abandoned mansion at the edge of the forest. The locals had warned him, never go near the Blackwood Manor. It belongs to the dead. But Rayan, skeptical of ghost stories, ignored the warnings. With his flashlight flickering, he pushed open the creaky iron gate and stepped onto the withered pathway leading to the mansion. The wind howled through the trees, whispering eerie secrets, as if warning him one last time. The mansion stood like a forgotten relic of time, its towering pillars covered in ivy, windows shattered like hollow eyes staring into the abyss. Thunder roared as Rayan entered the main hall. The air was thick with decay, and an unearthly chill ran down his spine. As he explored, he found old paintings on the walls, portraits of a beautiful woman with sorrowful eyes. Beneath one of the paintings, he noticed an inscription, Lady Alina, the tragic bride of Blackwood Manor. His curiosity piqued. Who was Lady Alina? What tragedy had befallen her? Suddenly, a whisper echoed through the hall. Leave, before it's too late. Rayan spun around, his heart pounding. The air grew colder, and his breath came out in misty puffs. A shadow flickered near the grand staircase. Summoning courage, he followed the sound upstairs, his footsteps echoing eerily. At the end of the hallway, a door stood ajar. Inside, a dusty wedding dress lay on a rocking chair, moving ever so slightly as if touched by an invisible hand. The mirror across the room was shattered, yet in its reflection, Rayan saw something chilling. A woman in a white bridal gown, her face obscured by a black veil. Rayan gasped, stumbling backward. The woman slowly lifted her veil, revealing hollow, sunken eyes filled with sorrow. Her lips parted, and a whisper carried through the cold air. He betrayed me, he left me to die. I will never be free. In a sudden flash, the room changed. The walls dripped with fresh blood, and the air reeked of rotting flesh. Rayan saw a horrifying vision. A young bride waiting at the altar, but the groom never arrived. Humiliated and heartbroken, she was locked inside this mansion, abandoned to die alone. Her soul, consumed by rage and despair, never found peace. The spirit lunged at Rayan, her hands stretching unnaturally long. The walls groaned as if the house itself was alive. With sheer terror fueling his strength, Rayan bolted down the stairs. The floor beneath him trembled, and shadows reached out, trying to pull him into the abyss. Just as he reached the front door, it slammed shut. A chilling laughter echoed behind him. Desperate, he remembered an old belief: ghosts cannot cross a salt barrier. Fumbling in his bag, he found a packet of salt from his camping supplies and hurled it onto the ground. The spirit shrieked in agony as an unseen force held her back. The door flung open, and Rayan dashed into the stormy night. The next morning, villagers found him unconscious near the forest road. When he told them what had happened, their faces turned pale. You have seen Lady Alina, an elder whispered. Her soul is trapped, waiting for her lost love. No one who enters Blackwood Manor ever returns the same. Rayan never spoke of that night again. But deep inside, he knew, the mansion still stood, and Lady Alina still waited, forever cursed, forever longing, forever trapped. And if anyone dared to enter, they too would hear the whisper, leave, before it's too late.